Good morning. Oh, hey, sweetheart. Oh my god. I have so much to tell you. Not that much. Number one, I slept in today because of number two. And number two is I went to Dominic Fike concert last night, and I'm gonna insert some footage here momentarily because I did record for ya. It was phenomenal. It was so good. I love him. I cried for some reasons, being one, I am about to get my period, so that played effect into it. But one, it was like how precious are concerts. I just love it when you have little moments of like human beings can be so precious, because a lot of times we're not that precious. But things like concerts where it's just like we're all just gathering in this space right now to sing and dance for a little bit, for an hour, to like artists we all love, to songs we all really enjoy. Isn't that so precious? Oh, I got a shirt. This is it. Damn, is this album good? I don't know if I've even talked about his new album, but holy shit, it's so good. I also did this thing where I ranked in my notes my favorite songs when it first came out, and I haven't went back to look at it yet. It's weird that I'm so hungry in the mornings because let me go put my English muffin in. I only put in half an English muffin right now because I'm not gonna go to the gym right now. I think today's gonna be one of those days where I go to the gym in the afternoon. I woke up late. I woke up at 6:30. That's crazy. That to me, that's late now. It's not late, but I woke up at 6:30, and as you know, I typically wake up anywhere from 5 to 5:30 and then go to the gym. The concert ended at like 10 last night, and then I fell asleep around 11:15, I'd say. But yeah, so I'm gonna just have a half of an English muffin right now because it's not gonna be like my pre-workout meal quite yet, just something to put in my belly, because I'm also going back to not having coffee before I eat. I've been doing that, like almost as soon as I get up, I've been having my coffee. I saw online that someone said like there's actually never been proof that says it's bad for your cortisol levels. And cortisol is your stress hormone, and I've had imbalanced cortisol levels for a while, which I feel like I've been working on them for about a year now. But one of the common causes of hormone imbalances is having high cortisol, high stress hormones, and it's super common in people who had a lot of trauma happen, because essentially cortisol, stress hormones, are released during trauma. And the way our brains work is your brain will continuously think you're going through the trauma over and over again until you heal from it. So you are constantly just in a state of flight or fight. Not everybody, but that was sort of me, where I was in a constant state of fight or flight for like the first 21 years of my life. And I think that's where my acne came from. I think that's where, not my weight gain, but why my body held on to so much weight. Your body will hold on to weight because if it thinks you're in survival mode, it's not gonna let you lose it. It'll store your fat more. It's just like a survival instinct that your body has. And also like running is not good for your cortisol levels, and I've been really thinking a lot about that, especially now that my acne's coming back, which it's leaving now, right? We're saying it's leaving now, but I've just been forced to reflect a bit at like, okay, how can I lower my cortisol levels? And not drinking coffee on an empty stomach is one of them. Limiting my screen time is one of them, especially around bed, which I've been doing so good at. Last Monday is the first day that I slept with my phone in the bathroom. I still only been on my phone this morning to turn off my rain sounds. See, like there's not even any screen time showing up for today. So I'm proud of myself for that. You're not supposed to run with high cortisol levels, because running is like sort of your body thinking it's in survival mode as well, just on like a primal level. When we ran as primal creatures, we were likely running from something, so your body thinks you're being chased by something, so your cortisol levels spike. Reading is really good for cortisol levels. Just relaxing, really good for cortisol levels. And also getting like into the sun within the first 10 to 15 minutes as you wake up. I could do, but it'd be a lot of work to like go out all the way. I'm out my apartment complex and just stand in the street. But I'm gonna start doing that when I move. Speaking of moving, I'm like pretty much completely packed. I did that yesterday, which feels so good. I just had like a packing day yesterday. The part that I'm dreading is like getting it all into, my apartment complex has like carts, I guess, so I can put everything in a cart and take it down to my car, but it's just gonna be a whole process. I don't like living in an apartment complex. You have to go through so many loops just to get out of the damn building. But yeah. Love this shirt, very excited to wear it. I'm supposed to go get coffee with Courtney at 9 in 2 hours. I don't think I'm going to do that. And I don't feel bad. She will understand. Courtney flakes on everybody. And I don't mean that in a mean way. She just, that's sort of her thing. But I just, like, I don't have the social battery to go anywhere right now. Let me text her. I don't know what I was even talking about. So yeah, concert was amazing. I'll insert some footage here.
Love is when you try to place it out your mind, but you can't turn the radio down, and you can't think. And then I try to push it, so all the world can say, and it sounds like ooh, whoa,
He's just the most beautiful thing, and he's so precious. And I got emotional because it's like, it's such a beautiful feeling seeing an artist that you really love just like finally get a sliver of the recognition they deserve, you know? Like, oh, I love it. He's just so precious. I just want to hug him and tell him I'm proud of him and I'm happy for him and he deserves this. But yeah, I'm probably gonna go to the gym this afternoon. I might even take a complete rest day if I'm being so honest with you. From that trail run, girl, my like ankles and the bottoms of my calves and like that whole area is so sore. Just I think from running on roots and rocks, it was something my body wasn't used to. So I'm excited to do it. I'll probably do that once a week. But yesterday I did legs, did the hack squat machine for the first time ever. Loved that thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna chill this morning at the very least. I feel like I'm like seeing out of one eye. A couple of other things. I finished Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight. What the hell? Please skip ahead. Please skip ahead if you haven't read it. She's Aelin. Selena is Aelin. I had a feeling a couple of times, and it's very interesting. Something with ADHD that I think is really cool is that our brains are very good at knowing how things will end. Like movies, I almost always know how movies are gonna end. Like books as well, I always know how they're gonna end. Or like I know what's gonna happen. But fantasy, a lot of the times, I don't know what's gonna happen because fantasy plots are just like, what? But I had a feeling a few times. Also, I was just kind of confused because like when people talk about Throne of Glass, they always talk about how Aelin's this badass. And I'm like 2 books in, I'm like, what? So is Selena gonna get killed then and Aelin's just gonna come take over? Like, why is no one ever talking about Selena? Kale is back to being sweet, and I wish I never heard Brittany Broski call him a rat bitch, because now I'm like, he's gonna rat her out to the king that she's Fae or something. I don't know what it is, but I will kill him. Anyways, is my English muffin done?
Yes, it is.
If I could be there for you. Yes, that looks so boring. Also, that's not gonna be my full breakfast. That's just like my morning snack. Because, like I said, I'm gonna have the other portion of this before my workout. Because this is like my favorite pre-workout meal now. It's so good, but it fuels my body so much for the workout. I wanted it now, so I had half of it now. I want to start reading the 3rd Throne of Glass so bad, but I promised myself I'd read one standalone in between every single book, so I don't read it too fast. I'm going to watch some YouTube and then get started with work. Oh, and taste the coffee. Sorry. I feel like I've really perfected my at-home coffee making. At-home coffee making. I'm about to have my 2nd round of breakfast. Also, a couple of things. One, I think I'm going to take a rest day from the gym today. In this moment, I'm deciding I'm not going to the gym today. Might I change my mind later? Obviously, but as of right now, I'm not going. Let me put my Angie muff in the oven. Get in there. So that's number one. I have a lot to do today, and I'm gonna take today as a day to get things done. Grocery shop, and I'm gonna go back to Whole Foods, even though I literally just said last week I would never do it again, because there are a couple brands from Whole Foods that I want to get. Ow, this hurts. I need to put a pimple patch on these. 1 minute. This is a Starface one. I just cut it in half so I can fit it on my lip. I really like these, by the way. I put it on this last night. I'm gonna get some work done. I got so much work done last week that I'm in a really good spot this week. I moved this weekend. I'm start moving my stuff on Saturday, and then I think I'm gonna be fully moved in Sunday. I don't have to be out of here until next Monday morning, but I'm gonna ask him. He said I can start moving things in then. But I'm just gonna ask him if I can just stay there on Sunday night. That way I can be done. But yeah, I am gonna try to get most of my work done for the week early. That way I don't have to worry about it at the end of the week. I think I'm gonna do another beach trip on Friday just to like decompress before the move. I'm gonna edit, and then I'm also gonna start loading up my car today. But right now I'm gonna eat my other half of my breakfast, make another coffee. Yes, it's got thinking about you, and am I gonna regret this? I'm gonna braid my hair. I don't know what else to do with it. See, this is when I start to get impatient. Oh, see, it happened again. I wasn't paying attention, and now there's a bump. I don't have any bobby pins or anything to fix that. I'm just gonna do space buns. That's enough for me. Here's the outfit. Doesn't this shirt look so good with these shorts? So I went to Whole Foods to get groceries, and I got myself mac and cheese. It is 2 o'clock. It's actually almost 2:30. I got mac and cheese and some chicken and a nice salad with beets, onions, broccoli, edamame. A part of me, if you didn't listen or watch last week's vlog, I talked a lot about where I'm at with my relationship with food. Go watch that, because this isn't gonna make sense. But a part of me getting back to a place where I don't view foods as good or bad, or like, I felt like I had to justify why I ate certain foods. Like if I ate unhealthy foods, I felt like I had to justify that. I don't. I can eat what I want just because. So I'm not gonna justify me eating mac and cheese. Because who am I justifying it to? Literally only myself. I love beets. Gym was good. I did back day. I want to show you some of the things I got from Whole Foods, just in case you're interested. Organic broccoli, pineapple, this organic triple wash 50-50 baby spinach and spring mix blend for my salads. Almond milk, gluten-free sourdough. This is Base Culture. Super clean ingredients. Heard great things about them. I also got Stonyfield organic Greek yogurt, 16 grams of protein per serving, super clean ingredients. The almond milk that I use is the almond malt. Got some popcorn. This is the Lesser Evil brand. I got some of these beef and turkey sticks by the brand Chomps, like 10 grams of protein in each one. Super quick snack. Organic, sugar-free, uncured turkey bacon. And then the rest is just sauces. I got Primal Kitchen unsweetened golden barbecue sauce. I'm gonna have this on my salads instead of honey mustard. And this is the Primal Kitchen no soy teriyaki sauce. I'm gonna have this with my beef dinners instead of Thousand Island. And then I also got some of the Primal Kitchen unsweetened ketchup to replace my ketchup. And now I'm not even gonna give myself an opportunity to think about how much I don't wanna do it. I'm gonna go get a cart from my leasing office, come back up and take one trip of things to my car. Here's the things I have packed. I should not have done this after a workout. Boy. sweating. I'm so glad that's done. I came in and I showered because I was sweaty, and I didn't shower after the gym because I did that. So I'm glad that's done. I'll start meal prepping at like 5. I'm gonna give myself an hour to relax though. And I need to figure out what standalone book I'm gonna read in between fiberglass. Turkey, broccoli, rice, cooked in bone broth. Spring mix, baked chicken. I just had a bite of this chicken, it's so good. Also, it's already all cleaned up. I clean as I go. It's one of my greatest strengths. Also, another great strength I have is not procrastinating. I was thinking about that today as I was packing everything in my car. I was like, I've got like 5 days until I move, and this is done. I love that about me. I don't procrastinate. Remembering. Breakfast is served. How precious. Also, my TV is stuck on this for some reason. It has been since last night, and I don't know what to do. Not working, no buttons are working. I even pressed the off button underneath the TV. Don't know what to do, so that's good. It's 6:30. I have a CarMax appointment at 12 to get my brakes fixed.
Like, no more show. Yeah. No money invested.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like 40 people there.
It is currently 9:45, and I'm making my post-workout meal. I'm using the turkey bacon I got from Whole Foods yesterday, and I'm using the remaining half of an English muffin that I still have, and I really want an egg right now. I can't lie. But until I figure out what has been causing my acne, I'm not having eggs. See, I almost grabbed that handle. I'm not gonna do that. Couple of things. We're gonna get a little vulnerable again, so trigger warning for anyone with an ED or anyone who gets triggered easily by food talks. I did end up reaching out to my sister and telling her about sort of what I've been dealing with. I'm not gonna get into detail on it here, but just now I did reach out to someone, which was very difficult for me. It was really difficult for me to even mention in last week's vlog that I was like struggling with my relationship with food. I didn't get into details, and I don't plan on it yet. Maybe eventually I will. And it's not that like I fear it won't be received well or I think they'll judge me at all. I just have to get over my own embarrassment. But I think having someone just knowing, like my sister, just knowing what I'm going through is really helpful. I highly recommend if you are struggling with anything to reach out to someone. And she was like, I don't really know what to say. I don't know much about this sort of thing, but just know I'm here for you. For me, it was like, I just told her, I was like, you don't have to say anything. I just needed someone to know. And I don't know if this is gonna make sense for anyone else, but I'm very good at holding myself accountable for a lot of things. I've gotten to a point now, I used to be really bad at it, but this is something that like I just haven't been able to shake on my own. And in the past, before I got to a point where I was really good at holding myself accountable, what I would do when I was trying to like accomplish something is I would tell someone else about it, because I was less likely to like, I don't know, if I just knew someone else knew I was trying to accomplish something, it like held me to it a bit more. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just having her knowing is really helpful, and I'm very determined to get my shit together. So yeah, if you're struggling with anything, just reach out to someone. You can always DM me. If there's something you're trying to overcome or get better with or deal with or accomplish or hold yourself accountable to, you can always reach out to me. My DMs are always open. I try to answer them as often as I can, even if it's just to like get it out. You know, if you don't have anyone around you to talk to or to confide in or whatever, you can confide in me. And just, it really does help to just have it out there in the world, you know? So I feel really good about that. And I also told my life coach, not too in depth, but we are gonna start working on it. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts with this, but especially right now, I wanted to like get on here and tell you guys what I was eating. And I literally felt the need to explain why I was having another half of an English muffin when I just had a full one for breakfast. And it's like, you do not have to justify the foods that you eat. You don't have to get a good workout in order to eat something that you want to eat. you don't have to have a reason to eat the things that you want to eat, you know? So that's me telling myself that. Anyways, let me get my breakfast and change this battery. Also, something that I'm gonna be doing moving forward is like really setting boundaries with my friends when it comes to how they speak about food around me, because I realize that it has been really triggering for me in the past. And this is very common where people, I've noticed especially girls, will say things like, I haven't eaten anything today. All I've had to eat today was an iced coffee, blah, 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 blah. It's like, shut up. Don't tell me that. I don't, like, you know what I mean? Don't fucking tell me that, please. And you're allowed to ask people kindly, like, hey, I'd appreciate it if you didn't say that around me. Like, doesn't make me feel very good. Please don't mention the lack of food that you've put into your body today. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up for a minute and eat this. I have to leave for CarMax at 11:30, and it's currently 10. So I'm just gonna chill out. I'm like, damn, TV's still frozen. I don't know what to do about that. Also, gym was great. Hit glutes and hamstrings. A treadmill walk. I saw Joey number 2 from the gym. And it's not awkward anymore. I'm glad I did end up texting him because we were like almost next to each other on the treadmills. And then he got off and walked in front and we like smiled and waved at each other. But that was that. Let's try this turkey bacon. Ooh, that's good. We are back from CarMax. It's 2:15. That only took like an hour and 45 minutes. I edited a video while I was there and then I started watching Broski Report and eating my snack. And then he came to get me and I'm like, you interrupted me. I'm gonna finish my snacky poo now. I have a tiny bit more work to do that'll only take me like 10 minutes probably. And then I'm just gonna relax. I have a call with my life coach at 6. Super chill day. I made a smoothie bowl for lunch with some blueberries, apple, honey, granola on top. I haven't been eating them for breakfast. I've been eating the English muffins with a banana and I miss them. So I had one for lunch instead. Even though I just completely meal prepped a whole bunch of lunches and dinners. I wanted this instead today. Wow, I look like Elvis. My life coach is awesome. For me personally, I prefer life coaching over therapy. Traditional therapists just have never hit for me personally. My current life coach, her name is Evelyn, Evolve with Evelyn on Instagram, TikTok. She's literally incredible. I've always felt like past therapists didn't really get all parts of me, but she gets it. Like, she gets the dating aspect, she gets being a business owner, she gets being on social media, she gets like, she just gets it. Spirituality, that's important to me in terms of energy, and she talked to me about astrology, like all of it. I love her a lot. She really helped me realize like where these patterns are coming from with me for food, and now I know how to stop it, and I feel really good and I feel really confident and I feel really good in a sense of direction moving forward with food, and also just like in general. A big goal of mine is to be more intentional before I do anything. Ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Do I want to do this? Like, why am I thinking this? Is this my thought or is this a thought someone else once told me? Things like that. But anyways, I'm about to heat up my dinner because it's 8 o'clock. I was going to eat before our call and then I got distracted, and then our call was supposed to be from 6:30 to 7:30, and then it got pushed back to 6:45 to 7:45, and then we went overtime. So now it's 8 p.m. and I'm eating dinner. But anyways, I'm gonna go eat. I'm just having my turkey, you know the drill. Putting the Prima Kitchen teriyaki sauce on it. But I'm gonna chill out for the rest of the evening. So, see you tomorrow. Also, I was able to fix my TV by simply unplugging it. This is really good toast. This is the Base Culture sourdough bread that I got from Whole Foods. I toasted it a bit too long because I put it in while I was getting ready and while I was meditating, but this is really good in general, but especially for gluten-free bread. It was such a good breakfast. Something that my life coach talked to me about yesterday is slowing down in general and being more intentional with everything I do. I've wanted to be more intentional for a while, and that started with not going on my phone in the morning or right before bed, you know, sleeping with it away from me, which I did. I've been meaning to start meditating, but I just like, I needed the push, I think. I didn't need it. I would have started eventually, but her telling me maybe meditation will be helpful for you was a good push. I'm using Insight Timer. I love that app. There's guided meditations on there. I just set a timer and it plays music and like sounds at the beginning and the end of your timer because I listen to guided meditations to go to sleep at night usually, but in the mornings I just want to sit with myself and get good at just sitting with myself without needing someone's voice to take me somewhere. These are some ways that I'm slowing down and being more intentional. Not sleeping with my phone next to my bed, meditating more. Also, in the morning when I was getting ready, this is aside from slowing down, but this is how I'm supporting my gut health and helping my acne, is before I eat, before I do anything, one, I tongue scrape. That's really good for your digestion. But two, I've been drinking warm water with some lemon juice and a bit of sea salt, and then I have my food and then I drink my coffee. But while I was getting ready and drinking my water, I was listening to Abraham Hicks' morning meditation, which I really love. Her morning rampage, I really love that. I listen to that while I'm just doing things. But while I'm eating, I'm not going to be watching anything or reading or listening to anything. I'm just going to be eating because I don't constantly need to have my brain being stimulated. And I think that's a part of my problem with food is how fast-paced I am, that I never gave myself a second to just sit and think. You know, like, are these my thoughts? Or is it like someone from my past thoughts who like put these words into me about food? You know, what do I want? Do I want to eat this? Will this make me feel good? How does this taste right now? Am I full yet? Things like that. So just being more intentional. It's about to be 6 o'clock. I woke up at like 5:15 today. I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna drink my coffee, probably read a little bit. I started The Risk by Elle Kennedy last night. I think I read The Deal by her. I can't remember who the characters in that book were. I'll have to look on my Goodreads. But it's like the Breyer University, the hockey books. I'm gonna do this. If I do this, I'm gonna drink my coffee and then go to the gym. Maybe not right away. Maybe, who knows, I'll see how I feel after I drink this because I don't really have anything to do today. I have one video to edit and that's it. So it can be a super chill day for me. The main reason I was going to the gym so early was because I had gotten so busy, but I'm very ahead on work. So I don't need to go to the gym this early. I can have a slow morning if I please. But if I want to, I will. And if you want to do this 30-day challenge with me, download the Insight Timer app. Not sponsored, and it's also completely free. Partially what I was talking to my life coach about yesterday. We're really working through my hyper independence. Because she was like, how can I, like, what will make you feel supported? How can I support you? And I was like, I don't know. You just knowing about it is enough. Like, just talking to me is already a lot. Because how I sort of picture how I've lived is like, if someone gets like shot, they just sort of wrap the wound and keep going. But they never take the bullet out. They never stitch it up. They just wrap it to keep from bleeding to death. But it's still gonna bleed a lot. And it's gonna hurt a lot. But they walk through it anyways, and they don't let anyone know, and they don't ask for help. And then finally, when the battle's over, then they sit down after the wound's scabbed over, and they're like, "Yeah, I got shot back there." And everyone's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" Oh, I got it. That's been how I've lived my life, where I've just taken the brunt of everything, And in the moment, I just sort of did what I had to do to be okay with it, but I never addressed it. I never like healed from it until it was done, until I was like okay and moved on, and it wasn't so emotionally fresh and triggering anymore. And then once I'm on the other side, then I, one, turn around and look at it myself and start to work through it. And then two, tell other people like, yeah, I went through that. That's what I told her. I was like, I am not very good at dealing with things in the moment. I know how to go back and heal things and heal past traumas and do all that. Like, I'm good at doing things that I'm not currently dealing with, but I've never healthily dealt with anything I was currently going through, and I've never told anybody what I was going through while I was going through it, so I don't really know how you can support me. There's so many things that we know about ourselves, but like, I'm very much a verbal processor, so I like make connections by speaking it out loud. And something that I've done to really help myself with that is like, if I'm not ready to share that with someone, journaling is great, but once again, I'm a verbal processor, so I will just speak into my voice memos in my phone a lot of the times instead of journaling, because I'm very fast-paced and my hand can't keep up with as fast as my brain is moving. My mouth can try to, that's why I talk so damn fast. And I don't know why I started saying all that. Anyways, I'm just gonna go chill for a little bit. Hi, darling. Have you guys ever watched that TikToker? I think her name's Sevda Eats. She's British. She starts all of her TikToks like, good morning. Sevda.ella, SEVDA.ella. She just posts like what she eats every day, and she makes her meals with you guys. And I really love her. Listen.
Hey guys, I hope you're okay.
She didn't say good morning.
Good morning. I'm gonna get my coffee ready.
I love her. I really love her. It's also just nice. I just really love her. But I have my turkey bacon going. I got back from the gym. I am prioritizing showering as soon as I get home from the gym. That way I can wash my face. I'm really dedicated to healing my acne. And I've talked about it a lot, but it's just I'm so confident that like I can heal my acne within the next month just through my diet. But it is just so sad to me that I went years with acne, and also like all of my other problems with my gut and my health problems and my anxiety, and I thought there was no way to fix it. Like, I literally thought I was stuck with that acne and the only way to get out was Accutane. And I don't regret going on Accutane. I guess it did really clear up my skin really fast. I know I could have done it naturally. I sort of do wish I didn't ever do it. I guess I do regret it. I regret going on hormonal birth control because that my hormones. And yeah, I guess I do regret going on Accutane because I know I could have solved it otherwise. And that's why, like, Accutane I don't think will ever get rid of hormonal acne. And also, I'm such a firm believer in like acne is just your body telling you something's wrong. And it's like, hey, you need to pay attention to this because it's hard to ignore. It's like literally red alarms on your face. Like, you need to pay attention to something, and where you're breaking out means different things. So like around this area and your jawline is hormonal. So obviously mine is hormonal. 7-hour drive just to get beside you. Alongside of my turkey bacon, I'm gonna have a protein shake just to get in some protein. And also, this shit is so yummy. I use the rest of this oat milk, and then I'm gonna use the other part water, just because this shit is expensive and I prefer to use it for my coffees over that, because I think it does just taste good with water, but the milk makes it a little bit sweeter. So I do like a half and half action. Here we go. Don't look at that banana. It's whatever. We don't discriminate against bananas over here. I'm gonna start having a mug of bone broth in the mornings, opposed to just cooking with it, which I'm obviously gonna continue to do. And that's spicy. If I had some corn and black beans to put on this, it'd be like a nice southwestern salad. Holy shit, it's spicy though. I put a pimple patch on my lip because that sucker was getting out of hand. And I also made myself a decaf coffee. But right now I'm going to start editing this vlog. I'm so tired of being in this damn apartment. I cannot wait to have an outdoor space because that just breaks up the day. I feel like I'm just constantly sat in this damn living room. Sorry if this is distracting. And I don't like to hang out in my bedroom. I have a desk in there, but if I'm sat at the desk, I'm gonna get up and lay in the bed. I know myself. Okay, I'm gonna go sit, not at the pool, but my apartment complex has these like courtyards with little like outdoor tables and stuff. I'm gonna go sit out there. It is hot out. I like it out here because no one's ever out here. It's 96 degrees out. And yeah, that's hot. Let me put my hair up because I'm gonna freak out if I don't. We're gonna take another little beach trip on Friday. Having a yogurt snacky. I had to come back up, by the way. It's 4 o'clock. It's too damn hot out there. Sorry. I did my best. But it felt nice to get out of here for a little while, but it's just too damn hot. Dinner time, I put ketchup on it instead today, just because I was feeling something different. It's a Primal kitchen ketchup as well. I just FaceTime Courtney for a while. 5:30. I'm having dessert. I'm having a date, which looks like a roach. I should not have said that. And another protein shake. Because it literally just tastes like chocolate milk. This shit is so yummy. Okay, let's try this date. Like I said, I've had dates and smoothies before, and actually I'm really excited because tomorrow I'm gonna have a smoothie after the gym instead of what I had today, which was a protein shake and turkey bacon. I'm gonna have a protein smoothie. Let's try this. This, whoa, dude, is candy. Oh my God. Also, dates are so good for you. They have so many health benefits. Let's look up what some of them are. Something that's been helping me, I feel like I'm drunk. Do you ever just get so happy you feel drunk? No? Okay. Something that's been really helping me with my relationship with food, because I used to, actually ever since I was a child, I've had trouble with not not having much control over my eating. The best smoothie I've ever had in my life had dates in it, and it makes so much sense because God, they're good. I never used to have control over my food. I would emotionally eat a lot, binge eat a lot. It was just bad because if I wanted something, I like felt like I had to have it in that moment. Once again, with like the fast thinking, being so fast paced. And then I was talking to my life coach about this yesterday, where it's like, just slow down. And through slowing down, you can realize like, no, I will eat again. I can actually save some of this to be excited for. I don't have to eat all of this right now. And I really was like, I kind of really wanted that protein smoothie tonight. But I know having too much sugar at the end of the day isn't great for your cortisol levels. And you ideally have most of your sugar and fruit and stuff at the beginning of the day, because cortisol is what wakes us up. So we have a spike in cortisol in the morning, and then it gradually lowers throughout the day. And obviously you can eat like sweet things and sugars and whatever whenever you want. But as I'm trying to support my hormones, I know that I don't want to eat a smoothie with a bunch of fruit and dates and like super sweet stuff in it. And I really wanted it tonight, but I was like, just wait and have that tomorrow. You'll have it tomorrow. You'll like, just save that for tomorrow. Have a little shake tonight and still have a date because you wanted something sweet, like, you know what I mean? So it's not restricting myself, but it's also not always giving in to like me thinking I need to have everything I want, you know? Because also I know myself, and I would have felt really sick after eating that because I'm not super hungry. Like, I had a large dinner, and that is like a very filling smoothie. So it's gonna be even better after the gym because 1, I'll be excited for it, and 2, it'll really fill me up because I'm always hungry after the gym. So I just wanted to share that. But anyways, I'm just chilling the rest of the night. I have 1 video left to edit. I'm gonna save that for tomorrow because that's literally all I have to do the rest of the week. And then Friday, we're gonna go to the beach again. I'll get better at that eventually. My thoughts were everywhere today. I think I'm not gonna have any caffeine this morning. I'm really tired though. Maybe I'll just do less caffeine. I truthfully think going back from having 2 cups of coffee a day to 1 is gonna support my body a lot. I don't need to do like no caffeine. So I think what I'll do is just do less caffeine, maybe like a half of a scoop of my Cafe Bustelo and then a half a scoop of the decaf that I got. That way it's still a little bit of caffeine to give me a boost, but I'm also gonna have a half of a date right before I leave for the gym or with my breakfast, because I'm probably gonna leave for the gym right after breakfast. But yeah, I woke up at 5:30. It's probably 6 now. Here we are. This bone broth, I heated it up for a minute. It smells so good. My stomach is literally growling. Oh my god, that's delicious. Base culture sourdough. Hell yeah, hell yeah. It's basically 6:53. I'm getting ready to go to the gym because I just got a slight burst of energy. I'm gonna go with it. Also, I was so low energy at the gym today. I just did what I could. I'm really trying to unlearn my whole like all or nothing mindset. I think that's partially why I started to struggle with my relationship with food, is because I really do have such an all or nothing mindset, and that's just like not aligned with a healthy lifestyle. Whether it be with fitness or nutrition or like business or friendships, like there has to be some give, you know? Like that's what I'm trying to enforce in my mind, is just like it's not all or nothing, balance, you know? And also consistency over perfection is my biggest thing. There can be days where I don't work out or where I get in a bad workout. But as long as you're showing up, that's what's important, you know? Even if it's just going on a walk, that's showing up consistently, and that's taking care of yourself. And you're going to reap the benefits of that, of showing up consistently, even if it's just a 15-minute walk one day, you know? Like it doesn't have to be the craziest cardio you've ever done every single time you do it, or like the craziest lifting you've ever done. Like today I showed up and I only did 15 minutes on the incline, and then I did like a few workouts and I just like left. I did the infrared sauna, which was cool. But I'm just reminding myself, consistency over perfection. Consistency over perfection in all areas of life. I'm doing this because I want to take care of myself, and that's why I do it. I don't know if this makes any sense. I'm just like trying to drill that into my brain. I was just like looking at my YouTube yesterday and I realized last week's vlog, only like half of it uploaded, and I had already deleted the whole vlog from my computer, so that's all we get, I guess. And it sucks because I had a very vulnerable chat in there talking about where I'm at with my relationship with food, and it's just gone. And I've been like alluding to that talk this video. So I'm gonna give you a little recap of what I was talking about then, now. Also, trigger warning for anyone with EDs or unhealthy relationships with food. We're gonna be talking about food and calories and all that. Basically, I was just saying how I've gotten to a bit of an unhealthy point in my relationship with food. And I've worked through it a lot since last video. I talked to my sister about it and I talked to my life coach about it. Basically, I just got to a point where I was restricting a lot, and a lot of things were coming up, and I was just viewing foods as calories and not so much anymore as like nourishment, and I was eating to like hit a calorie goal and stay in this strict calorie deficit and all these things. And I've worked through it a lot. I'm getting a lot better with it. Obviously, it's a journey. And now I think some of the things I've said make sense in this video, but I don't want to have my relationship with food be that. I don't want to view food as calories. I want to be able to enjoy food and not feel guilty about it. I want to be able to eat food and not feel like I need to justify why I'm eating it. And like I said, my life coach has helped me a lot with it because she's helped me realize that a lot of the thoughts that I have around food aren't actually my own. It's people from my past, you know. So growing up, I had a lot of people comment on my weight, comment on what I did or didn't eat, and it stuck with me subconsciously, and now it's coming back out, and I'm addressing it. I think once I started to lose weight, you know, a couple of months ago, it really got into my head, and it became like an obsession of like, I have to keep losing weight. And it sucks because for the first couple of months it wasn't like that. You know, April and May was really good for me, and even into June. But I would say like halfway through June up until now, you know, end of July, it's been pretty unhealthy of just like restricting, not allowing myself to eat anything I wanted to, not allowing myself to enjoy food, which sucks because food is so enjoyable. It's like one of the most beautiful parts about life is like enjoying food from different cultures, and food is such a love language, and I want to get back to that point. So I knew it was unhealthy in the moment, but I didn't realize how unhealthy it was and how out of hand it had gotten. And I'm not gonna go too in depth with like what I mean by super unhealthy beyond what I just said, but I want to heal my relationship with food, and I want to start making more foods again and prioritizing eating clean ingredients, eating things that make me feel good, and not worrying about calories. It's gonna take a while, because for a while I was counting calories and doing really well with it, you know, where it was just like making sure I was getting enough calories. And that was in the beginning, before I saw really any weight loss, making sure I was hitting my protein and getting enough calories. And you know, I would still like, I was in my deficit, but also like I would go over to a friend's house, and if they had pizza, I'd eat pizza and I wouldn't track it, because it was like, yeah, I'm enjoying life. Or like someone's birthday in my family and I had ice cream, because why wouldn't I? You know, and I eat things here and there. I was balanced, you know, it wasn't the all or nothing thing. But I think once I started to see results and I started to see weight loss, it was like, oh my God, this is what everyone has been telling me I needed to do my whole life. And also too, something that I realized with my life coach is like, these things happened once I started to realize I am open to love and I am open to a relationship, and that's something that I'm interested in. Because my whole life it's been sort of made to feel like, and I think society makes us feel like this as women, but also just people in my life, I was led to believe that I was unlovable unless I was skinny, and that men desired me to look a certain type of way. So I was like chasing this body type for the past couple of months, subconsciously, not because I wanted men to find me attractive, but because I thought in order to find love and in order to be deserving of love, I needed to continue to lose weight. So then I got really obsessed with it. Now I'm like going back to a place where I'm eating things that feel good to me while also enjoying food. So if you have any recipes, please let me know. I'd love to try them out. I want to not be eating the most boring food in the world anymore. I do love the food that I eat, but like, let's switch it up, girl. I also just want to apologize if the way I talked about food in the past was ever triggering or upsetting to anybody. That was never my intention. These vlogs are really just me sharing where I'm at in every phase of my life. And it partly showed my unhealthy relationship with food. I don't think I ever really shared too much about it, but I think it might have been a little bit obvious, just not quite how bad it was. As of right now, I'm still very much so working through it. And like I mentioned, you know, yesterday or whenever, when it was like, I'm not used to sharing things as I'm going through them, so this is very new to me. But we're working on it, and I'm, you know, eating things that make me feel good, fueling my body, while also disconnecting myself and detaching myself from all of the thoughts of other people and the beliefs that have been put into me about my body and my worth. And I'm learning to love my body and accept my body again. It's all a phase. I feel like I'm always doing this, but knowing I'm valuable and lovable regardless of what my body looks like, and learning to love my body, even, you know, all of these different things. So it's a whole journey, but I just wanted to reshare. And maybe it's for the best that it got cut out of last week's vlog, because I was like still really at the beginning of making that realization, like that I had an unhealthy relationship with food. So I've had like the week to sit with it and come to terms with it and start to move through it. So here we are. I'm healing my relationship with food one step at a time. Okay, I'm getting ready to head over to my new apartment to pick up the keys. Dropped off my laptop. It's 2:10. So I'm gonna go do that, then I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna take a nap. The guy at the laptop store said my laptop should be done tonight. So I'm just gonna come back and take a nap because I'm sleepy. I was thinking about not going to the gym, but I have way too much energy to not, if that makes sense. Like, I'd rather save a rest day for a day where I really don't want to go. cool down so I can drink you, please. I've decided now, after eating my pre-workout meal, well, I would have eaten that anyway, let's be real, that I'm actually not going to the gym. I just simply don't feel like it. I'm sleepy. I'm so excited for the beach. I'm probably gonna leave in like an hour at 7. I was gonna leave at 8, but to be fair, if I went to the gym, I probably wouldn't have left until like 9. I might do some I'm gonna do some yoga this morning, or I'm gonna go on a little walk. I wanna move at least a little bit. I just don't feel like going to the gym. I'm gonna go for a little walk at the art museum, I think. Look at the amount of sweat on me. Why is it so hot out at 7 o'clock in the morning? I did not end up doing yoga. I did a 40-minute, 2-mile walk. Now we're gonna go back home. It's 7:10, and we're gonna leave for the beach here soon. I have to shower though. Okay, 7:50, we're getting ready to leave. Feeling great, feeling excited. It's so funny, every day when I leave the house, especially like to go to the gym, I'm always like, Kindle, keys, wallet. Kindle, keys, wallet. Kindle's always first, no matter where I'm going. Let me just double check, even though I know, does anyone else do this where it's like you know what you put in this bag, in fact you just did it, but you have to make sure? Yep, it's still there, even though, like, where else would it be? I'm going to go first to a place called Scooter's Coffee. I recently saw a creator that I watch go there, and they said it was the best coffee they've ever had in their life. I've been really wanting to try Dutch Bros recently, but obviously there's no Dutch Bros around here. They said that Scooters was tied with Dutch Bros, so we're gonna go try that. We're gonna have another chat about food, just because I'm like consistently learning more about this shit every single day. I'm gonna get a coffee, and I also think I'm gonna get a biscuit breakfast. So yeah, a biscuit breakfast sandwich. And if you can't tell, I'm currently like having a ton of realizations about my relationship with food, so there will consistently be more realizations, and I guess I'm just taking you on the journey with me. As I was saying, or actually I don't know, I don't really remember what I was saying. I am getting a bit insecure about how much I'm like going back and forth with what I'm saying in terms of food, but I think that is just a part of the journey of like realizing things and continuously learning things. And I don't know, maybe it'll be cool that you guys can see my progress with this. If you're also struggling with something similar, you can grow with me, we can heal together. But I also think it'll be cool to look back on. I just did not realize how restrictive I had really gotten, and it's super easy to say that it's all in the name of health, and that's sort of what I'm realizing. And even right now, I'm still doing it, you know, with like being gluten-free, being dairy-free, eating clean ingredients. And like, yeah, I think I'm going to like cut back on those things to see sort of what is causing my issues with my skin, but I think I need to just not restrict, and if I want something I need to eat it, whether it does have gluten or not, and whether it's the best ingredients or not, because it's very easy to do it all in the name of health, you know. And while like those things are important to me, I think me going gluten-free, dairy-free, and like only clean ingredients, it doesn't leave you with much else. What I'm left with is pretty much what I would have eaten while I was still restricting regardless. You know what I'm saying? If that's making sense. So I realized that this morning, and I'm sort of removing all of that for myself. I'm gonna limit my gluten and dairy and whatever to care for myself, but I'm not gonna make myself restricted altogether. If I want something, I'm gonna let myself have it. And something I've been wanting so bad lately is like a breakfast sandwich, which is something so simple. And I haven't allowed myself to have that for months because of the calories, and oh, it's like a biscuit's too much carbs, and it's just like, that's so exhausting, and it makes me so sad that I got to that point without realizing it. So I'm currently on my way to this coffee shop, and I'm gonna get myself a coffee and hopefully not piss my pants, because coffee makes me pee so much. I'm gonna have to stop to pee at some point on the drive, but I'm also gonna get a biscuit breakfast sandwich. I wanted to share that with you all. I'm learning every single day. I already tried this coffee and it is really good. However, I got my biscuit sandwich. I could only get egg and cheese on it. I wanted sausage on it as well, but they couldn't do that. This is really bomb coffee though. Maybe that ain't such a bad thing. This sandwich is really looking divine. Are you able to see how good this sandwich is looking? Biscuits are my favorite thing in the world. And the fact that I almost didn't get it, that's so upsetting to me. Oh. Oh dear.
But I feel ready to relax.
Went to see a movie.
You went to see that little indie film, right?
I went to see
I'm about to eat my lunch. I know I have mascara under my eyes. Yes, that's onion. What questions do you have for me? I love onion and I wanted extra in case I needed it. There's a horde of seagulls next to me. I'll get into a street fight with a seagull. Leave me and my sandwich alone. I'm waiting until these fools leave to eat. I wanted to stay longer, but like I said, it really does look like it's about to storm. So I love the beach. Oh my god, my lunch. I can't lie. My sandwich was really yummy, but the bread was interesting. Not my favorite sandwich bread, that's for sure, but it wasn't bad. It had, at first I was like, ooh, I don't know. And then I was like, wait, this is actually kind of good. It might have just been because I made the sandwich last night and all of the mayo that I use, it can't be called mayo because it's vegan, but all of the Primal Kitchen mayo that I use like soaked into it. So it took on an interesting flavor, so I would like to try it again with like a fresh sandwich to see how it tastes, but it might just be bread that's really good for toast, and that's sort of it. But yeah, it was just such a wonderful day to disconnect and really not be on my phone. I was on it for like probably a total of 5 minutes. I took pictures of those seagulls and put on my Instagram story, but I didn't really have any service here. That's like the main reason why. I tried to put on a podcast while I was eating, even though I know I said I won't be doing that. I wanted to on the beach. Had no service, so I couldn't. So I was like, okay, I'll just read. So I ended up reading, I'm like 60% of the way through the book that I'm currently reading, which is The Risk by Elle Kennedy. And it is so bloody good. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's just a hockey romance. We know how I feel about hockey romances. I love them. But it just feels really nice to disconnect. Like the first 45 minutes I was out there, I was just like looking around. I wasn't reading, I wasn't on my phone, I wasn't really doing anything, and it felt so good to just sit. I love a good road trip. I love to drive. I just like, it's so interesting to me how jarring it is to people that I do like everything alone. Like some people really just cannot do anything alone, and I get it because I used to be me for a really long time, but there's so much beauty in doing things alone, truthfully. And don't get me wrong, like community is so important. I wish I did have friends that would like do beach days with me and do spontaneous trips with me, but a couple of years ago I just sort of hit this point where it was like, I'm not waiting for anybody to be ready for me to live my life. I've had so many things that I want to do for years now, and a couple years ago it just got to a point where I was like, I'm done waiting for you to be ready to come do this with me. Like, if you don't want to go on a trip, that's fine, I'm going by myself. If you don't want to go to the beach with me today, that's fine, I'm going by myself. Whereas a few years ago, it was like, oh, you don't want to go to the beach today? Okay, I won't go. Because I couldn't do anything by myself. Don't rely on people to do things, like don't wait for other people to want to do the things that you want to do in order to live your life. Because guess what, your friends might never want to do the things you want to do, but does that mean you're never going to do them? No, girl, go do things alone. Even if it's just a day trip to the beach by yourself, like starting to do things alone, and especially solo travel, will, one, change your life in so many ways, but the confidence you build in yourself because you are forced to trust yourself. Like, you are forced to get comfortable with yourself and be comfortable with your own presence and enjoy your own company. There is so much value in enjoying your own company, because that guarantees you're not going to hang around with people just for the sake of hanging around them, which guarantees you're not going to hang around the wrong people. Like, I have so much fun on my own. Why would I let someone in my life who takes away from me? You know what I mean? Whereas in the past, I was so afraid to be alone that I would allow myself to be surrounded by anybody, even if they weren't good for me. at that time in my life, being around someone who was shitty for me was better than being alone, because I was so afraid of being alone. Now I love to be alone, so being around someone who's shitty for me, I'm like, I would rather be alone. I'm not gonna allow you in my life. So now it's just like, that's why I'm so selective over the people in my life, because it's like, I'm so good on my own, babe. You really have to add something to be here. I'm back. Oh my god, it's 7:30. I'm gonna do a little cleaning around the house because I didn't do any this morning. I was thinking about packing some tonight because I'm moving my stuff tomorrow. Almost all of it, really. But I don't have it in me. So I'm not. I'm just gonna do some cleaning tonight and then get started on the move tomorrow. I'm gonna be vlogging the move. So there will be a whole separate moving vlog that you guys can look forward to, because otherwise this vlog would be 6 hours long. You know I appreciate you. You really do know that. And if you don't, now you do. Love you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at @theAlisonLaRue. Same with TikTok. I don't really post on TikTok, but I'm gonna get back to doing it. Comment down below. I probably told you about 100 things to comment down below this week. So comment something. If you listen this long, comment, hell yeah boy, I'd listen this long. Anyways, love you. See you in the moving vlog. You deserve healthy love.